As I warmed up for my first throw, I started laughing to myself. What was I doing here? I am not an athlete. Why did I sign up for the shot put at the Canadian Transplant Games? I remember my best friend telling me when we are faced with hard, we need to focus on the things we can do to challenge ourselves. She had an aneurysm at 32, so she also knew what she was talking about. We decided to try 3 new things every year to prove we are still alive. Walking into the circle for my first throw, I tried to quiet the fear in the back of my mind. A clock ticked inside my visiting kidney. I didn't know how long I would have until it would fail. I could end up on dialysis again, tethered to that awful machine. I needed to challenge myself for as long as I possibly could. That next challenge would be the Kidney March. When I saw the ads for the Kidney March, the images of people walking together through the Kananaskis Mountains, a shared goal, challenging themselves as a community, I immediately knew I was in. On a whim, I sent some Kidney March crew request emails to my brother and his wife, and to my surprise, they agreed to come. My sister-in-law Louise decided she'd walk, and Trevor, my brother, would crew. We prepared together, trained together, and clocked our kilometers, preparing as best we could for that unknown. As we passed the starting line on day 1, the fear melted and work began. We got this. It's just walking. 1 foot in front of the other for 27 kilometers. The first 7 hours were full of hard work, hard stories, hard pain, but the joy, the laughter, the encouragement, and the inspiration were much stronger. And so were we. We had trained for this. We could do this. Until kilometer 24. 3 kilometers from finish, my knee gave out. It was excruciating, and my pace slowed. Louise asked if I wanted a ride, but I was stubborn, so stubborn. I limped to the finish line in pain, lots of pain, but exhilarated that I completed. Day 2 was bitter cold, and my knee was barking. I barely slept. I went to the medical tent for knee tape and Tylenol. We boarded the bus. I dreaded the day. The fear and self-defeat were already beating me. We arrived at the bottom of the big hill, and I was in tears before we started, but we walked. The rest of the next 2 days, Trev and Louise kept me calm and encouraged me. Each time we saw Trev at a crossroads or traffic stop, he and Louise shared a kiss. He'd hug me, he'd encourage me, and ask me how I was doing. I had found a way to limp walk where it didn't hurt as much, and I could move pretty darn fast.
Knee.
The crew would come by each afternoon and threaten to sweep me. Each time I just pushed harder. I was determined. The struggle was real, but so was my determination to get through that hard. Chronic disease is hard. Life is hard. That journey to transplant was hard. I can do hard. Kidney March was hard, and crossing that finish line was one of the best experiences of my life.